Welcome back to the Nightlife podcast directly from the Wynwood in Miami, from Mao. New venue. You guys got to come visit this place when you're in Miami. 444 25th Street. Dude, today, as you can see, I am here by myself, just me and my book. And I'm going to do something a little different from every other episode. I'm just going to be answering questions for the next, actually not the next 3 episodes, but I'm going to have 4 episodes that are going to be answering questions from you guys. And today I'm going to do the first one of those. So I'm going to go straight at it and answer questions from this guy who wrote to me just a couple of weeks ago. His name is Nicola Maglio. Nicola Maglio from Italy. And Nicola Maglio actually, well, from Italy, but he lives in Taipei, Taiwan. I had no idea we were being heard in Taipei, Taiwan, but I'm very excited to learn actually about Taipei's nightlife. Nicola Maglio, who works for a company called Boom Events. Shout out to you guys, and I hope this answers your question. I'm gonna read the question first, and then I'll go into the answers. So Julio, I almost finished your book. Great work, man, really helpful. I would be glad to hear your opinion, advice on a couple of questions. I operate a promoting business in Taipei, Taiwan, and we currently host a Wednesday ladies night. We have 2 entry options. Number 1, we have $12 with 3 drinks included, and the number 2, no cover, meaning all ladies going free. It's ladies night on Wednesday. The question is the following: how much would you pay sub promoters per head, considering the door entrance is cheap or free, and also any advice on how to expand that network of sub promoters, since I only have 7 and I'm struggling to find more. It goes a little longer, but I'm not going to read the whole thing, and let me get right into it. The first thing I want to say is I want to congratulate you, because you did a follow-up email where you also let me know a little history about the company. And the first thing I realized is that you guys, the company has been open for the past 6 years, but in the past 3 months is when you took over, and dude, you're doing in 3 months stuff like this is what makes shit happen. So I'm glad, you know, you got the book, you're getting educated, and I'm glad you contacted me, and you know, you weren't shy about it. So let me get to the answer. $12 for 3 drinks or free cover on a Wednesday night. That is very complicated to become in any way, shape, or form a good deal where you can actually make good money on. You tell me later on in your email that you're not getting compensated a percentage, pretty much, of the sales or the door or anything like that. The way that you're getting compensated is actually through like a salary kind of thing, and you get some perks, etc. It's very complicated to make money in this business with that kind of deal, and even harder than that, to be able to grow your business, meaning scale it and be able to build a team of promoters under you if you have that kind of deal. The main reason is the party could grow. It doesn't matter how much it grows, but you're not getting anything else from it. You know, so salaries, I'm always against salaries, because of, you know, that's one of the main reasons. Now, being able to decide how much you pay a promoter is kind of complicated, and also depends on many different factors. So I'm going to go into some of those in a little bit. The first thing I want to say is this is a Wednesday night. So I know that you're fighting, because you mentioned also in the email that your follow-up, that your competition has not the no cover, but they do like an all night drink for free kind of thing. That, you know, we try to stay away from that, and one of the main reasons is because of the place where you're working at, which I'll get into also in a little bit. Now let me tell you about how you can improve this. On a Wednesday night, it's very hard to have a huge kind of night. So with that said, on average, a Wednesday night will sell about 30% less than a Saturday night per se, which is the number 1 night that you want to have during the week. Saturday night, let's say you have a $30,000 Saturday night. I'm going to talk the numbers I'm going to use. I'm going to use numbers from here in Miami mostly, and then you deduct what it would be over there. So a $30,000 night in Miami on a Saturday night means that you're probably, if you have a Wednesday night, you'll probably be doing about $10,000, 10, 12, somewhere around there. Meaning 30% less in your sales. Okay, so whatever, if you're doing a cover charge that has 3 drinks included for a night like that, I just don't see how the numbers are gonna grow in any sense. Most people don't drink more than that, more than 3 drinks. How is this gonna be better? It's just not gonna happen. Okay, so I receive a follow-up email from you that says that you are gonna change that deal. Now, you don't mention how much you're gonna get from this deal, but you do mention the fact that you're gonna change the deal. I have that right over here, and you know what? Before I forget, I'll just read that part and get on with that second part of the question. So you've been around in Taipei for 6 years, and and 3 months ago you took over. Okay, so I see all that. The club would give us budget to buy props or whatever we need for entertainment, a small salary, and that would be it. Being able to party for free. Okay, so first thing I want to say about this is that is not wrong for some people. So you're basically getting perks, and you're getting a small salary, which means you guys don't make really a lot of money, but you guys have fun and you guys get to meet a lot of people, and you guys are using it for that. So some people might be happy with that, but from my understanding, you want to make a business out of this, which you're going to now. So you agreed with the club that if you hit a target of 700 people on average per night, they will start paying you a share of the total revenue on said night, and that right now you are at 500 people. So this, you tell me that you got to reach a target of 700 people and that you are at 500. What I don't know about this is what percentage they're giving you of the night, and number 2, how much of those 500 people that are coming to the party are coming from you guys, and how much is coming from the club. You mentioned here that the club is one of the top 100 clubs in the world, meaning they would probably have some kind of good base from their own, and also seeing that they're not giving you any percentage currently tells me also a little bit about that. So, okay, you say you may be wondering, why do we have attendance problems if we are in the most famous club in town and we offer discounted or free entrance? So first of all, I do not believe you have a low attendance. 500 people on a Wednesday night is not low attendance. So let me tell you, anywhere else in the world, 500 people on a Wednesday is a good thing. The answer is the following. Everyone else is doing an all-you-can-drink, which I mentioned before, and some of them are very cheap. Some others, even for free. So all you can drink for free, I don't even know how they're doing that. Our club, placing itself on the high-end sphere, doesn't want to do all you can drink. I agree 100%. They should not do that. And I don't think you should go in that direction either. From what I see, you're trying to stay away from the regular, crowd. Our main target on Wednesdays are students, tourists, and a few young professionals. You mentioned very few because there are not that many in Taipei, so I understand. So it's going to be a lot harder if you're trying to get those two. Students and tourists are the kind of people that are looking for good deals. So it's understandable that on a Wednesday night, any tourist is going to search, is going to Google for what's happening, and at the same time, they're going to get different deals. And if there's something that says all you can drink and it's cheap, they're going to go for that. But at the same time, you are one of the top 100 clubs. So if anybody's looking for a good experience, then maybe you should go in that direction. I would even go higher on that price, that cover price. You mentioned also over here that the cover charge was a little higher on Saturdays, like $30. So from $12 on a Wednesday to $30 cover on a Saturday, there's something wrong there in the middle. And most likely, you guys should either change that cover that you guys have on the Wednesdays and actually charge a little more. Like I said, you gotta have a higher percentage of some percentage of the sales. The higher the better, of course. But not where you're at right now. It's very complicated. I would even recommend right away, just by looking at this, to go to a different night of the week. All right, so let me get to the bottom line of your general question. Okay, how much do you have to pay sub-promoters, and how to expand your network. This is the first thing, sub-promoters. This is gonna depend on a few things. The economy, in your area, of course. Your competition, meaning how much are they paying. The deal that you have, because this needs to be good for all three parties. The club needs to make money, you need to make money, your sub-promoters need to make money. You need to also ask yourself, how much money would I like to get paid if I were to be doing this job? So you gotta, put a little logic behind it. It can't be something that makes no sense, that you would not go outside of your, you wouldn't go out just to make whatever. From the numbers you told me, 20% of whatever the charge is, that's about $2.4, $2.50. That means nothing over here, honestly. So I mean, I don't know how to compare it with the income over there, but I think it's low. Also, but you tell me that it's high over there, so I don't know what to say about that. But you need to have a little logic on that. Now, it just basically needs to make sense money-wise, okay? And one of the other ways to be able to pay better is having different nights. Sometimes you lose from one and you gain from another. In my case, on Wednesday nights, I have a deal that's a little different from all the other deals that I have on every other night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And the Wednesday night deal, I don't have 100% off the door, and it's because of one of these things. It's the fact that we have a consumption cover, but it's a $20 cover, and 10 of those are consumption. So those 10 that are, consumable or whatever, however it's said, those $10 go to the club because they give those drinks. But on average, one drink is $15 over here. So a $10, consumption from the cover is not bad when you're still keeping 10 of those. So it's 50% of the door. All right. So with that said, I'm saying you got to open different nights. That's also going to help you solve the other problem, which is being able to expand the network. How do you expand a network of sub-promoters? One of the first things you got to get out of their minds is the fact that people think it's just a hobby. So it took you guys 6 years to understand that this is a business. Imagine the subs. You guys gotta get behind that and get those people to change their minds about that. Number one, open more nights. You have a Wednesday night going on only right now. I would go straight to Saturday nights and start doing that. It's the biggest night anywhere you go. Try to get a good club that you can do a Saturday night. It's gonna help you give the people more options. You can't just come to them and say, oh, you know what, I have a Wednesday night party and you may be able to make $100 over here, when you can actually say, hey, by the way, I have a Saturday night where you can make like $200, and a Wednesday with another 100, you're gonna be, it's that kind of thing. Don't go too crazy and open 4 or 5 nights, but at least 2. Number 2, try to grow within, kind of the MLM, multi-level networking kind of thing. But without going too crazy and being all pyramid and shit. Just within, meaning offer the people that are working for you some kind of extra money for the people that they bring. So let's say you're giving somebody over here, I'm right now, I'm paying very good. I'm paying $7 a head. Anybody that brings people, I pay them $5, and then whoever brought that new promoter, they get 2. So everybody gets 7, but then if you're new, you get 5, and so on and so on. So don't make it too complicated. I know you were talking about points and earning stuff, and don't make it too complicated. People hate complicated stuff. They want it as easy as possible. The perks, you need to make sure that they're getting good, drinks. They're getting the whole VIP treatment. Treated the same way that you would be treated. Getting bottles if they can, getting drinks, no cover, not just on the day that you're there, but other nights, etc. You guys gotta also educate them, and this is something that we learned late in our in our business life, but we have to do that. It's one of the reasons I wrote this book, and it's definitely the reason I created the course. So you gotta do that, and by the way, you can use my course to educate them and the book. So you're already winning there. And last but not least, I am starting to use something that is working super well. I'm super surprised, and that's social media. There's 2 ways to use social media, and mostly Instagram in this sense. works well. I'm not sure over there if there's a different network that you guys use more than Instagram. But with Instagram, there's two ways. Number one, the organic, depend on the people that are already following you. You start there offering, a job, and you get them to DM you, and you explain what it is, all that. And then the other one is paid ads. Using paid ads, you're able to go straight to the kind of people you're looking for. And let me tell you, it works super well. I'd be glad to go into details of exactly what kind of things you can offer them and all that kind of stuff, but it would take another episode. So I hope all this answers your questions, Nicola. I'm super, psyched at the fact that you guys are contacting us, and I want to make sure people follow you at NOCKMAGO, Knockmago, and Boom Events on Instagram. One last thing. I know I mentioned you got to have a good deal. I'm going to answer somebody's question about that in one of the next episodes. So people want to know what a good deal is. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was quicker than usual, but it's just me. There's nobody else to make fun of me over here. So I'm going to go to the next one. Remember to follow me at the Nightlife Entrepreneur, also on our website, nightlifepodcast.com, and iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, you name it. See you next week.